Introduction. It doesn't matter if you run a well-established business or you are managing a startup. It doesn't matter how much of a budget you're working with. Like it or not, and believe it or not, the main way you can make people become aware of your company's brand and eventually consume the products or services your company offers is through advertising. Free advertising doesn't exist. Let's put it this way. You can't be in two places at once. If you're spending all this time and effort trying to brand and promote your business the free way, what if you're doing something else that produces 10 times the result? You cannot ignore Facebook ads. What's so awesome about Facebook ads, besides its relative low cost, is the technology behind it. Again, you may be operating with a fairly small budget. That's okay. Because with Facebook ads, you can leverage the highly sophisticated social snooping and personal profiling technology Mark Zuckerberg brought to the table. Did you know that when you log into Facebook, you're legally giving them the right to figure you out? I know, it sounds creepy, but Facebook has so much technology it can figuratively get in your head. It is no surprise that a lot of people consume lots of random pieces of content on Facebook, only to find themselves, sooner or later, being shown ads that seem so personal. It's as if they're thinking about certain things, and an ad would show up that matches those concerns, fears, or needs. There's nothing magical about this. This is a testament to just how robust Facebook's technology is. This training gives you a step-by-step walkthrough of the different ad opportunities currently available on the Facebook ad platform. Why choose Facebook ads? As you probably already know, there is no such thing as a perfect solution. Any option will have its own list of advantages and disadvantages. Facebook is not immune to this fact. The benefits of Facebook advertising. Facebook has a robust and powerful high-tech advertising targeting system. Facebook is still relatively cheap. Facebook has so much ad inventory that, depending on the kind of campaign you run, it is still very affordable compared to competing platforms like Google AdWords. Facebook helps you engage your customers. FB ads can also deliver the bottom line. Not only can Facebook help you stay relevant with your target audience members, but you can also plug in these ads to your actual sales funnel. They can, with the right strategy and the right sales funnel design, produce conversions. These are sales. These have an actual impact on your business's profitability. You can break into new markets. Your FB campaign gets people familiar enough with your new market focus that you don't come off as a completely new player. Facebook can drive leads. Facebook can boost your SEO. Since Google launched the RankBrain algorithm update, click-throughs have begun to play an outsized role in Google's ranking algorithm. This means that when people are clicking your link over others, you're more likely to rise up the listings. How is this possible with Facebook? Well, since Facebook campaigns make people more familiar with your brand name, your domain name, as well as your site name, you're not a complete stranger. With everything else being equal, when people see your brand show up in search results, they're more likely to click it compared to a brand that they haven't heard of before. So this has an aggregate effect. And if this plays out with enough people over an extended period of time, don't be surprised if your organic rankings on Google also increase. Facebook can help you close deals. If you're running a retargeting campaign on Facebook, Facebook will show your ad to users who've been to your site. It's not unusual for them to realize that they still need whatever it was that they came to your site for. A lot of them come back to your website and close the deal. How effective is this strategy? According to many marketing surveys, up to 40% of buyers come back and buy because of this technology. You get access to a very robust advertising system. Facebook efficiently slices and dices its audience demographics. If you target one person and that person typically buys from you, you can use that person's profile and apply it to other people who share the same profile to hopefully get the same results. You don't get that robust kind of targeting technology and capabilities with other platforms. The downside of Facebook advertising. Here are just a few of the disadvantages Facebook has. It is by no means a perfect advertising platform, not even by a long shot. You need to be aware of its downsides. Facebook campaign success turns heavily on ad quality. If your ads are very vague, irrelevant, or simply send the wrong message, don't be all that shocked if they don't produce the results you're looking for. Beware of the competition. Unless you really put in the time, effort, and energy to create ads that will truly stand out, it's very easy for your competition to outclass you. You put your brand out there, and it can be exposed to negative comments on Facebook. As the old saying goes, bad news travels twice as fast as good news. For every good review you get, don't be surprised if you get 2 or more negative comments, since it's so easy to leave bad comments on Facebook. You need to put in the time to properly work Facebook's ad system. The bad news is that, like with any other advertising platform or tool, you have to put in the time to master the learning curve. The good news is, with the right guide, like this training, you can cut back on time and maximize efficiency. Also, by setting up the right ads to target the right eyeballs, you can also avoid some of the disadvantages listed above. Step number 2, access the Facebook Ads Manager. Once you create a Facebook page, you can then create a Facebook Ads account. This would enable you to access the Ad Manager. If you're unclear, look at your Facebook page and look at the top right side. It should have some sort of downward arrow. Click on that and you'll see the option Manage Ads. When you click that, you go to your Ad Account page. On this dashboard, you will see the settings for your accounts. Click on the ad account you want to manage and then click on Account Settings. This option is available at the top part of the menu bar. Put in your physical address as well as the name of your business. If you have an assistant or you plan to have somebody else manage your ad campaign, you can look at the option Add Account Roles. Click on that and then select Add a Person. You should also set the type of access you want to give this person. The form will ask for their information like email address or full name, and then enter this in. The great thing about this system is that you don't put yourself in a situation where the security of your account will be compromised. The person you hire to manage your account will not have access to login details. Setting up payments. Look for the tab labeled Billing in your Ads Manager dashboard. Click on it and you will see Add Payment Method. Specify your preferred payment method and enter its details. Step number 3, target your audience. This is the meat and potatoes of Facebook Ad Manager. If you don't target the right audience, you are basically guaranteeing that your campaign will fail. No joke, real story. Think about it. Even if you have the very best ad you could come up with, if you put it in front of the wrong eyeballs, nothing is going to happen. Follow the steps below. Step number 1, go to your Facebook page and access Audience Insights. When you go to your Facebook page, you will get access to a tool that will enable to profile people who already find you on Facebook. These are people who like your content. These are people who have liked your page and can possibly get notified of your page content updates. Open the Audience Insight dashboard. Take a look at your overall Facebook audience. Take a look at the people who are already part of your audience. Check out the People Connected to You page. To get some insight into your existing audience, you will get information on the type of content they like. You can also get some details regarding their preferences and demographic description. Alternatively, you can also select Everyone on Facebook. This is an option you can take to get information regarding possibly new eyeballs for your Facebook ads. Step number 2, create a target audience demographic profile. When you look at your Audience Insights dashboard, you will notice that it is split into 2 halves. On the left is the audience characteristics you may want to target. On the right side shows the charts and graphics related to your specific audience. Facebook then automatically compares your audience to the rest of Facebook's audience. This will show you how big your potential pool of customers is on Facebook. Refine the demographic profile you're targeting based on your existing audience insight or your consumer intelligence. For example, if you run a small local business and you know that your target customers are within the ages of 18 to 24, then you select that demographic age range. Also, select location. Please understand that you can both exclude as well as include. If you know certain areas where your competitors dominate, you may save a lot of money excluding those, so you don't spend any money trying to track eyeballs from those areas. Next, you need to select the interests of your audience members. In this case, it helps tremendously if you've already done some consumer intelligence on your target audience members. You can see that this area can branch off to finer and finer sub-details. You have to use your best guess regarding the interests of your customers. If your competitors or competing niche is featured here, use that. Finally, you may want to narrow things even further by using the advanced menu. Using this option, you can select by cultural group, job type, type of office the person has, education level, and relationship status. Step number 3, get insights on your existing audience's preferences. Go to the Page Likes tab on your dashboard. You will see a general range of interests that your selected audience already prefer on Facebook. This is based on their actual usage of Facebook. So this is profiled information. After you get a clear understanding of the pages they like, go to the top categories link, and then you will see their general interests. The key here is to start with the general interests of people on Facebook that may have something to do with your target niche. Test these out initially and then look at the performance of your ads so you can then narrow to even tighter interests. Please note that when you click on the Page Likes tab, you can see existing pages on Facebook that already attract the audience you're interested in. Step number 4, take a look at device, language, and location details. In the Location tab in Audience Insights, you can see the areas where most of your potential brand fans live. This will also let you know what language they speak. Click on the Activity tab and then check out their devices. Step number 5, use your first ad to target your audience. As long as you have an existing page fan base of over 1,000 people, you can run an ad for your Facebook page for research purposes. Basically, your first ad is going to test how you can target the people who already like your page. Click the Open in the top navigation bar and click on the Create Ad button. Specify the group of people you want to target, and then your Ads Manager will then automatically fill in these detail fields with data from Audience Insights. This is data that you pre-selected. Run this test campaign and see if you are hitting your target ROI or you are gaining valuable information. Please understand that when you use an ad to target your existing fans, usually people do this to get preliminary information and get up to speed. In other words, they're basically just going through the learning curve of getting familiar with the Facebook ad system and also getting the basics of targeting out of the way. Don't expect a home run with your first ad. Step number 6, monitor your campaign carefully. As I've mentioned previously, it's always a good idea to run several ads at once. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You may get all excited about a particular image. You might even think that it's the best thing since sliced bread. But that's just all in your head. Just because you think an image looks hot, it doesn't mean that everybody else will agree with you, least of which are your target audience members. Run many different images, but use the same headline text and the same call to action and the same landing page. Pick the winning ad and scale up. Ideally, you should just run 6 different images with the same ad, language, same call to action, and then a runaway winner will appear. I'm talking about an ad that just blows all other ads away. Maybe most of your ads would get 10 clicks. This ad got several hundred. That's how you know you have a winner on your hands. That's a runaway winner. The problem is runaway winners are few and far between. Usually the difference between variations don't exceed 10 to 25%. You're lucky if it goes over that threshold. This is why I suggest that you keep running image variations until you get a runaway winner. That's when you know that the image is spot on. Optimizing beyond ad image. Now that you've found your runaway ad image winner, you should optimize all the other elements. Use the same variation process to create different text for the ads. Pick the runaway winner in terms of the ad descriptions, and repeat this process until you can't improve the click-through rate anymore. Next, you should optimize the landing page. This will impact your conversion and make variations of the different landing pages.